of free stuff. And I wish I would have done this the last time that they offered it. I believe it was through a Samsung app. This one is through Aptoide. So what we're going to do in this video, we're going to talk about how to get all this bonus stuff, which is available to everybody. If you have a PC, if you have Android, it won't work on iOS, but there's workarounds. We'll talk about that. Plus, there is a celebration gift. Then we're going to talk about all of the cool stuff that's going for new players if you want to download the game using my link. And then we're going to go over some of the celebration events for the 6-year anniversary for Raid Shadow Legends. So, how do you get this stuff? Now, before I explain how to get this stuff, this works over a 5-day period. I did it and it does work. I don't know how long it's going to work, so there is some urgency to do this. So I'll explain right here. Raid Shadow Legends is now available on Aptoide. You can download it by the following link. That's the platform you prefer and collect some of the welcome goodies. And then there's a link. So this is a link to a alternative to the Google Play Store. So I use LD Player on my PC. I play on my iPhone and I also play on an Android tablet. So I'll only explain the way that I did it. You can use an Android emulator on a PC. There's a bunch of them out there. The one that I use is LD Player. Some people use BlueStacks. If you click on this link inside of LD Player, so I cut paste this and put it into LD Player, it goes to Aptoide, and then I clicked download. Then once I was done downloading it, there was some software already on my LD Player. I don't know if I downloaded it or not, but it was APK Mirror Installer Beta. That installed the app. Now, normally I'm pretty skeptical in telling people to do APKs. Generally, I don't recommend it, but this is literally from the Twitter on Raid Shadow Legends. I guess it's called X now. And what happens is that you get into the game, so I got into the game, and it had this right here. Right when I logged in, I could see this. Now, this is over 5 days. So I normally don't play on LD Player. Normally, I play on the PC client, which is right here. But I'm going to, for 5 days, log into LD Player and collect the items because this is worth it. A 5 chicken, 3 epic skill tomes. I need those. I feel like I never have enough epic skilled epic books. So this is worth it for me. So that is the first bonus stuff. I know they had something like this maybe a month ago for Samsung, and it didn't last that long. So I just did it right now. It worked for me, and that is great. Now, the second bonus thing that is available to all players is this right here, and it is there for the 6th anniversary special. And the way that I accessed this was I went in game into the news area, and then I collected, and then I clicked on the Festival of Creation begins. Celebrate Raid's 6th anniversary with us. And then it took me to their website. And when I did that, it said, get these awesome rewards via promo code by solving a puzzle. And it was really easy to do. It's like these books and you have to move them around. They go from gray to blue when they're in the correct places. And then once you can put all the books in the right spot, it gives you a personalized promo code. So this promo code will not work for you, but I was able to cut paste this promo code, plug it in game, and then you're good to go. My understanding is that this will work on the PC client and Android. If you're on iOS, you have to load it into the Polarium website, which was really simple to do. I believe it took me right to that once I got the promo code. So, bunch of bonus stuff so far. Boom, a lot of good bonus stuff. And then right here is a reasonable amount of bonus stuff. I like that. It's not as impressive as the other one. Now, let's talk about the stuff that you can get as a new player. So right now, if you're a new player, you want to download and play Raid Shadow Legends, you can click the link in the description or scan the QR code up there. And new players, I think, are getting some of the best things ever. there's a legendary Void Champion. Well, let's just start from the beginning. First thing you're going to get by downloading Link is Karuto Fox Hunter, which is a legendary. Great. Then when you get to level 15, you're going to get Ugo, one of the best epics in the game. Very, very good character. Then, by logging in for 7 days, you will get Alice the Wanderer, which is a legendary, very good in arena, very good campaign farmer. Currently, Alice the Wanderer is my most powerful character in my entire roster, which is bonkers, right? Then, in the first 24 hours, new players have the option of choosing one of the two following promo codes to get a legendary character. So, one of these was the same one that I used when I started playing the game, which was for Sun Wukong, called Monkey King. Sun Wukong, amazing in arena, glass cannon, revives all the time. You have to kill him last. I mean, he just keeps reviving. He's actually kind of annoying. He does a similar, I don't know, they're very different, but Alice and Sun Wukong are both good campaign farmers. They're also both very good in arena. In some ways, they do similar things. I got to say they're very different. So I just to say that's a generalization. I got Sun Wukong. He was my favorite character in the game for a long time. Like the first 3 months that I played Raid Shadow Legends, Sun Wukong was my favorite character. Now, what they're doing, which is different and unique, is they're doing Supreme Gallic. Now, I do not have Supreme Gallic. I think this guy is bonkers. He's a legendary Void character. Void characters are stronger and more rare than the non-Void characters. And this is the code to get Gallic, Supreme 6. Now, this is kind of a longer play. He's not as useful as Sun Wukong in arena, but very useful in mid-game game modes like Hydra. So, like, I just started trying to get better scores inside of Hydra, which is like a clan boss that has, you get 3 attacks a week and it's done with your alliance. So I think this is a little bit more of a long-term play. And I wish I had a stronger opinion on which one to do. 2 things. Sun Wukong is the character I did. He was my favorite character. This guy is not what they call a Void Champion. So I guess you're more likely to stumble across this guy in time, where this guy, Supreme Gallic, is way more rare because he is a Void Champion. So your choice is yours, Monkey King or Supreme 6. You have to do that within the first 24 hours. And then also I was mentioning that iOS users have to go to the website. There it is right there, Portal Polarium, player ID, promo code right there. Got to do that within the first 24 hours. Now, we are in the middle of a big patch. And also, in addition to the big patch, we are in the 6-year anniversary of Raid Shadow Legends. Primal Summoning Boost. I will be participating in this tomorrow. Double chances of getting epic, legendary, and mythical. Mythical are going to be the top tier characters in the game. And it's double, but that means it goes from a 1 in 200 chance to a 1 in 100 chance. So I'll be opening more than 15 of them tomorrow to see how they go. But that's, if you're holding on to primal shards, that will be the time to open them. And my understanding is normally they do double legendary or double mythical. I know they've done this version of it before, but it used to be that they only did one or the other. And I believe the last time they did this and this time here is not only double mythical, but double legendary and double epic chances. So that way there's less of a chance of getting, I guess, a rare. So that's happening. Also, there's going to be a new fusion event starting on March 10. And fusion events for me, didn't make a lot of sense in doing until I got through the Arbiter mission. But I felt more comfortable doing fusions after I finished the Arbiter missions. But maybe you can get there quicker than I did. I don't know. I just felt like I wasn't very effective at doing fusions. I love doing fusions. I did the Mad Hatter fusion, and I think now I'm going to try to do all of them. I did skip SMA, but this guy looks absolutely bonkers. We're going to quickly go over his kit. Also worth noting is that the fusion is going to happen over this period, and I'm hoping that clan versus clan will be happening at the same time, the one with the personal rewards. So I am kind of saving up resources, not only to do the fusion, but also for clan versus clan. A lot of times in these events, there's a way of getting double rewards for doing various activities. And when you stack that on top of clan versus clan, it's like getting triple rewards for the efforts and using energy in a various activity. It's a super efficient way of playing this game if you can min-max that. Now, we're going to go and take a look at his kit, which looks crazy good right here. Increase ally speed in all battles by 19%. So that's nice. I mean, there are ones that are increase ally speed in arena 30%, or I think I've seen one that's 32%, but this is good in all game modes, and one would expect that it's going to be a little bit lower right there. Now let's go to the passive, and this is why I think he's going to be amazing in arena. Whenever an enemy is revived, think Arbiter, place a True Fear debuff on the enemy for 2 turns. That is crazy good. I will go over what True Fear means, because that's a kind of a debuff that if you have it, there's a certain way to play it, and I was misplaying it for a long time. If there are any multiple champions on this team with a skill, this effect will only activate once. Fine. Remove any stun, fear, provoke fear, true fear, and petrification debuffs on this champion before the start of their turn. So he's not going to be affected by those. That is crazy. This is absolutely crazy right here. This passive seems so good. Let's talk about true fear, and then we'll talk about petrification. So there's 2 versions of fear. So you've got fear and true fear. When a champion with fear debuff attempts to use his skill, 50% a chance of their skill will not activate, and the champion will lose their tune. So basically, fear is like 50-50 of losing your turn. Now, when you have true fear, and let's say you attempt to do the ultimate, you lose the ultimate. So that's like having blind in the other game. Having blind and doing your ultimate on an ability that doesn't have unavoidable or whatever, and you just waste the turn and the cooldown's thrown away. It's kind of bonkers. When a champion with true fear debuff attempts to use his skill, 50% chance that they just skip their turn, and the skill they attempt to use will go on cooldown. So that's kind of, so like when you have fear, like this fear right here, do a basic attack. Like where the computer won't. All right, so that's kind of a big deal. So let's talk about the A3, or what I call the ultimate. Attacks all enemies before attacking has a 75% chance of decreasing the duration of all enemy buffs by 3. Catch this. 75% chance of increasing the cooldowns of all enemies by 3 turns. Grants an extra turn if there are no debuffs on the enemy team after this attack. So if he goes first and my opponent is not doing like Stone Skin or something that puts a positive effect, well, I guess going earlier in the match is almost always good. But if he gets through and increases the cooldowns of all enemy skills by 3 turns, oh my God, 75% chance of decreasing the duration of all enemy buffs by 3 turns, and this, then gets to go again if there's no buffs on the team. Crazy. Absolutely crazy. Then you can go right into this. Let's say he does this, and then all of that stuff happens. Attack one enemy, place a petrification debuff for 1 turn, has a 75% chance of placing a 2 fear debuff for 2 turns on all other enemies who are not under a fear or true fear debuff. That's crazy. That's absolutely crazy. Absolutely crazy. And petrification, I'm not going to read this, but it's not good to have petrification. It's not the same as being a sheep, because, you know, there's that sheep debuff, but it kind of feels the same. It's like worse than a stun. Petrification's bonkers, right? Very good. And then the basic attack one enemy 2 times. Each hit steals 10% of the target's turn meter. Places a true deer debuff on turns if the target turn meter is fully depleted. I'm going for this guy. He is very, very good. Also, live arena, which has been kind of annoying. Speeding up the process by increasing the points you earn per victory silver tiers to 7 points. Right now it's been 5. And right now I am in silver 4 at 2,300. Go into gold at 2,700. And then they have a new way. Once you get to gold, you can't drop out of gold. I'm not going to talk. Then they changed the way that the gold tier works in a million new ways. But I'm not going to talk about that because I'm not in gold yet. But being in gold now is way better. Plus, there's 2 new artifact sets, all kinds of good stuff in gold. Background multi-battles, crazy, absolutely crazy. So if I'm running Minotaur for 5 hours, I can still play the game. That is such a good thing. Siege clan orders. So in the siege, which is like Alliance War, this will give the captains the ability to tell people where to attack, and give them a priority. It's a pretty nice thing to do. That way you won't have to depend on Alliance chat or Discord. It'll just be right there on the screen and blinking in like attack here. I like that. And then lastly, right here, added 100 more slots to the artifact and accessory storage. Cool. All right. So if you haven't done so already, if you haven't downloaded Raid Shadow Legends already, click the link in the description or scan the QR code above here. You'll get a legendary character and an epic character. Use the promo code in the first 24 hours of playing the game. You can only use one of them, the one that Monkey King or Supreme 6, and logging in for 7 days we get you Alice, 3 legendaries, 1 amazing epic, and you are good to go. Bye for now.